Hello, fellas. Welcome to a late night stream, my guys. I was sitting here, I just got done editing a Druid guide video for tomorrow. And I was thinking, you know what? I want to try out some Barb. I played a little bit of it yesterday, but I've been kind of thinking about Druid a lot over the last 24 hours. And I feel like Druid is really, really, really strong. I'm currently wondering if Druid is strong enough that it's almost oppressive, even for classes such as Barb, because of the 3-second stun. Well, I'm only level 8, so I'm not allowed to play normals. Eventually I can go to normals, though, Short King. So, welcome everybody. Welcome Short Kings, welcome Krylax and Smooth. Zivana Soba, Musi, Wolf, Tactic, and... Oh, I think that's everybody. Welcome. So yeah, we're going to be playing some Barb today. This class has been known to be the solo king in the past. Does he currently stand up to the current wipe and the new balance changes? I don't know, but we're gonna find out. I'm only level 8, so I only have access to Crush, Robust. I am gonna stick with Rage and Savage. The reason being, Rage is going to reduce our PDR by 20%, but because we are going to be in the negative with Rage, I will have Savage Roar up to keep me safe. So that's the general idea. And it wouldn't be a Firebox stream if I didn't use dumb weapons. So I am going to use the Quarterstaff, because I think this is a really fun weapon. So that's where we're at right now. I think I'm pretty much good to go. Let me just verify real quick, and then, yeah, then we'll get started. I'm gonna work a little bit of extra healing, too. Just because we're a Barb, and we might take some hits. So. Hey, Flicka, just tuned in, about to watch till I pass out. Yeah, it is pretty late. I've been staying up kind of late recently. Some days I've just kind of watched the sun come up outside of my window, and I'm like, oh, that's not healthy. But you know what it is, what it is. But you know, it's fine. I hate the throwing axe became 1. Yeah, I think the 1 axe is not overly strong. I was talking to Gamma in my Discord, and he mentioned that he brings explosive bottles now for druids. And I think, honestly, might start using explosive bottles instead of Frannies. Might completely just stop using them completely. Just don't even bother. Just bring explosive bottles instead. This way, if a druid ever goes rat form, lob him at him and kill him, right? I don't know how else you could possibly kill rat form as a Barb, but anyway, I think we're good to go. Hopefully we can have some good games. Yeah, get started. Yeah, it was fast. That was a fast queue. Holy crap. Bottle does not trigger a 3-strike. What does that mean? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm very confused. I haven't seen insta-queues since playtest era, I believe. I honestly don't remember the last time I saw insta-queues in this game. It's pretty nice to see. I am a little bit worried about the Steam debacle going on right now, but I'm gonna just keep chugging along, and hopefully Iron Mace can get it together and fix it. I'm not gonna kill that. I'm gonna just end it here. I don't think the normal centipede's worth killing, by the way. I think the loot is not good enough, and it takes too long. So I would rather go for chests and mob kills instead. XP from mobs, etc., etc. You get a little XP from centipede, but Not really enough. That is gonna change my game plan. That is pretty good. Yeah, I will absolutely take this away. Kinda OP. I wanted to use the quarterstaff, but I mean, how do I not use the greens? Why? I've been so generously gifted. You played all day and every game was insta-Q? I believe it. Honestly, doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, the Steam reviews are definitely not going too great right now. It doesn't mean it's the end of the line, it just means Iron Mace needs to figure out what they want to do to fix that line. I think they'll get it together. I think they'll figure it out. I think I'd rather have the dexterity. Yeah. Low gear Barb, you at least want to be above 0% dexterity. It makes a really big difference, so a few points is quite a big deal. Not on HR, almost no one. Well, because everyone's leveling up. Guess the number. Most people can't even access HR right now. Not to mention the free-to-play players can't even play it either, so. It shouldn't surprise you. Shouldn't surprise anybody, really. Yeah. Sure. We got a pretty good setup here. Random question, but do you know how to do the Druid rat door? Yeah, I was able to do it successfully earlier. I'm still getting used to it, though, but I did get it to work. At least once. You serious? The third party's gonna get me, huh? Maybe I should have used the Viking sword instead. I just can't believe how much that guy ran. He should have just fought me. That guy's still coming? How am I gonna kill him? How do I kill a rat without an explosive blow? Impossible? It might be impossible. How, Yes! Bitch. Good Lord have mercy. Druid is so freaking crazy, man. Anyway. How do we get rewards like coin bag from last season? You don't yet. Iron Mace still has to get it going. Yeah, I kind of forgot about the Viking sword for the Warlock. I should have used that instead. I wasn't thinking about it. I didn't bring a Viking sword with me originally, so it just kind of slipped my mind. It's fine, though. God, that was... wasn't it? And then, of course, every time I hit him, he phantomizes for free. So, it's even more of a pain. Good Lord. That was insanity. Wish I had saved that molly, man. Are wizards any good? Yeah, wizards are great. Extremely good with scaling. Once you get the high roller, you start getting good gear. Wizards are really, really strong. Yeah, I wasn't kidding in my video title when I said, can this beat Druid? Druid is like the class to beat. Druid is... There is no doubt in my mind that Druid is not the #1 class in solos. Probably all game modes, honestly. Solos, duos, and trios. I bet you Druid is #1. Almost guaranteed. I honestly think if you're not bringing Druid in teams, you're trolling. I cannot imagine a team comp that wouldn't want you Druid. I talked about it a little bit in the video that I made tomorrow. I mentioned a few times that I felt Druid was just far too strong. And I also talked about what I think they are probably going to end up nerfing as well. Ranger's still good for solos. Well, they did just buff Ranger, so they're probably fine. They still have really strong bear traps and stuff like that. Where did I kill that guy earlier? I don't even remember. It's been so long. I didn't even have any loot. would like to at least fill my inventory, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I spent so much time having to kill that druid. I think it's too little, too late. But I'll see what I can do. Oops, a little bit out of this. Yeah, at this point I'll just start grabbing junk. As long as it sells. Just take it. Green or better. I would say this is good enough. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Reset. I should be level 10 as well, so I'll get my third perk. For cleric, oh sorry, what did I miss? Fire race really went. Warlocks are invulnerable for 10% of a raid. That's not cool though. Yeah, druids are invulnerable. Yeah, I think Dreamwalk is way too overpowered right now. Does the animal form do decent damage with gear? From what I've seen, DS, yeah, I think it does a ton of damage. I saw a little screenshot of 379 on bear form. I don't know if that was photoshopped or not, but if it's real, that's just laughable. For cleric, do you think race car or full PDR is better? I think full PDR is the better of the two. But solo cleric is definitely far, far down the list of classes I would recommend you playing. Druid is definitely better. There is no reason, I think, to play cleric over druid in solos, unless you like cleric. That is the only reason I could possibly give you to play cleric. It's that bad. It's that dire, I think. I have been waiting for Bind to get buffed for so long. I've been talking about it for a long time, and everyone kept telling me that Bind would be overpowered if they buffed it. And then Iron Mace goes and releases freaking entangling roots or whatever it's called, that stuns people for 4 times as long in an AoE hit. Oh my god, man. Oh, just triggers me thinking about it. My poor solo cleric. It's so sad. It's so sad, man. Oh well. Oh well. I mean, it is what it is. Solo cleric will just be bad for a little bit longer. We'll have our time one day. I believe it. One of these days, solo cleric will be a good class. I don't know when it's gonna be, but when it does, I'll be here leading the charge for sure. Hey, in person. Welcome. Hey, Terax. Good to see you too, man. Talking about solos. Bring back True Damage Ranger. We are gutted. Dude, hell no, we don't need True Damage Ranger back. You're fine, man. Ranger is still quite strong. You're not giving them enough credits. Especially with the recent buff they did to multi-shot. Multi-shot, every arrow does full damage, which is pretty insane. Legitimately, Druid does everything Cleric does, but better. What the hell does Druid do? What does Druid do that Cleric... Did I say that right? What does Druid do that Cleric can't? Yeah, I guess that's what I was trying to say, yeah. What reason do you have to pick Druid and not play Cleric? You know, whatever. I don't know why you would not play... I just don't know why you would just not pick Druid. Druid just seems absurd, like, just completely better. I have no clue. Absolutely no idea what in the world, you know, why would you choose the other one? That's kind of where I'm at right now as far as that goes. It is what it is, man. Dude, longbow multi-shot is probably going to be so scary. Longbow does 5 arrows for multi-shot, right? If you take 5 longbow hits, you are going to drop. Especially if any of those are headshots, you are done. Unless you have like super high PDR, most classes are going to just die. And multi-shot, to my knowledge, does not have a cooldown. So once they start multi-shot, they will just stand there, and you can't really push them. If you're a melee class, that is, you can shoot at them, sure. AoE heal. It surely heals enemies like Sanctuary, right? I think one of them does and one of them doesn't, I think. But I don't know for sure. I think Mending Grove does heal enemies and the other one doesn't, but Mending Grove is definitely better because it heals like 10 per second, which is insane. You just sneak around with Rogue. Yeah, I gotta play Rogue at some point too, and I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll see. I'll try my best. Mending Grove doesn't heal teammates? It says it does, or it sounds like it does. You like Cleric and dislike Druid thematically? I mean, I don't know, man. I just like my Cleric. I'm salty. I'm salty that Iron Mace made Druid as good as they did, while leaving Cleric basically to die. I don't understand what Cleric does now. Does that mean are we gonna get Cleric buffs that let me play Cleric again, or are they just gonna nerf Druid and Cleric's gonna stay trash? At least in solos. I know Cleric's been fine in teams, whatever. I don't care about that. I care about solos. And god damn it, it's so sad how bad Cleric has been. Shapeshifting cooldown? Well, there's a whole perk that gets rid of the entire duration of swapping. If that perk didn't exist, Druid probably would not be as oppressive, because it would take time for them to swap between the different forms, and you probably have time to hit them. Instead, it pops instantly, and there is nothing you can do to stop it. There's no counter. And don't forget that they also, if you hit them, they turn invincible for 4 seconds and can cast spells on you. Meanwhile, like it's crazy. Crazy. It's so good. I wish I was exaggerating. I wish I was. I wish I was just being a giant, you know, I don't know. I wish I was just being dumb. But I really do think Druid is that imbalanced. I wish I was wrong. Takes so long to equip a Franny. It's so sad. Remember the days when you could just auto-equip Frannies with a click of a button and it was instant? I remember. Although, those were not particularly great times either. Getting ran down by Barb with a million Frannies. That also wasn't good gameplay. But, holy crap, our Frannies just so bad feeling now. Which also kind of hurts solo Barb, because it means that anyone that's ranged becomes really hard to deal with if you can't get them in melee. The bright side is you can wear armor now easier, so it does make Barb a little bit better, because before, if you were wearing armor, you were too slow. Now you can kind of wear armor, as long as you don't build too slow. The only thing Cleric can do that Druid can't do is res. Yeah, that might be accurate. You might be right on that part. I don't know what else. Yeah, I don't know what else Cleric can do that Druid can't besides res. And is that really like that big of a deal? I guess for teams maybe, but not all team clerics take res because it's so expensive. I know some of them definitely do, but not all of them do. And are you really gonna take cleric just because it can res when druid does everything better? Probably not, right? Because you won't need res because you just won't die because you have a druid on your team. I knew it. I knew I was gonna get hit and stuck in the corner. I should have known. They were stuck on the base. I didn't think they'd corner me and sandwich me like that. Don't worry though. Cleric can give you 3 strength and 3 agility. That has also been nerfed. Don't you worry. Cleric's got the big buffs for you now. It's all good, man. Don't even worry about it. Also, my whole lobby's dying to mobs. So, don't expect any PvP this game. Cleric can make your weapons grow? Perfect. Exactly what we were all wanting. That definitely makes it good enough. Guys, my entire lobby is almost dead. Everyone is dying. Someone send help. Someone help these poor players in my lobby. You know how long it's been since I died to mobs like this on cave? These guys have to be free players. Normal goblin caves is genuinely pretty easy once you get the hang of it. It probably takes about a week or so. Maybe even less. It depends on how like good you are at games in general. But I feel like about a week or 2, and you should be able to do caves relatively okay once you get the hang of it, because most mobs are pretty simple. So this has to be like a free-to-play lobby completely. I think it's insane to think about. Even High Roller, but High Roller doesn't have as many free players. Well, it's not free, but they don't have any new because of the timer upgrade your thingy. I personally do not like... Oh, sorry, I thought you said Crypts, not Cyclops. Try normal Cyclops on Barb. Honestly, I just don't think it's worth the time. I don't think it's worth beating bosses on normal. I think bosses, if you're gonna do them, should be on High Roller. Because the gold piles on normals kind of suck. And you can't get uniques from them either. So, it's just kind of mid, you know? I will like almost guarantee go to High Roller as soon as I'm able to. Because I'm probably gonna get no players in these lobbies at this rate. I could just reset. I have a okay amount of stuff. I'm not gonna be able to get like too much more out of this game. Yeah, this is fine. We can reset. My whole lobby's dead anyway. Oh. Oh no, Wise, are you one of those scrubs? You're in the right spot then. Hopefully I can help you learn. Is fighter or bar better for a beginner? Yeah, don't play rogue, man. If you're brand new, don't be... Yeah, if you're brand new, don't play rogue. You should... Well, before I would say play fighter, but fighter just got big mega nerfed with sprint. But I still recommend fighter as the beginner class. Fighter's still... I think fighter is still probably an okay beginner class, though. Even though they got nerfed. Just because of sprint being so much worse. Yeah, basically, when you're brand new and you're dying to mobs, you think the game is hard. And then the moment you figure out, like, how to do the mobs, it kind of clicks. And it's just easy. It's, like, super, super easy to run through most things. At least caves. Every map has different mobs. There's also a lot of new mobs that are getting added. Like, the ice map got the Yeti. And there's some new ones on the ice hell. That's pretty hard. Crypts. There's just a lot of nightmare mobs that are kind of hard. But it's hard for solos. If you're a solo player, the only map that is technically balanced for solos is Goblin Caves. And it shows because Goblin Caves is genuinely a reasonably tempered experience. You know, like, I can go through it relatively easily and it's usually fine. But that said, if you are brand new, I would definitely stick to Goblin Caves if you're playing solo. Because the other two maps are much, much harder and a lot less forgiving. So, keep that in mind moving forward if you are still playing solos. Sprint is still viable? Yeah, it's probably still viable, but it got nerfed by 60%. That's a huge number. No problem, like. Yeah, I signed up for the Dungeon playtest. I'm excited. I've been waiting for that for months. I'll be there hopefully day one, streaming that. I also played Rogue around when I first started, and I remember the struggle. I promise you, the game gets much, much easier once you learn how to play. It's not even close. You'll be speed clearing these dungeons like I am in no time. It won't take you long at all. You'll get there. Also, if you're a free-to-play player, don't even worry about High Roller. High Roller's, like, not even something you should be thinking about as a new player. It's kind of bait, to be honest. I think a lot of new players are not realizing that, like, you genuinely don't need to play High Roller in easily your first couple, maybe even, I would say, dozens of hours. I don't know, I feel like you should be focusing on normals and getting the foundations first, and then worrying about high roller matches. Like, these people that are trying to play high roller after, like, all of, like, an hour of playing, or, you know, like, as soon as they hit 20, do not understand. It is a whole different beast of a game. And it's not even just the mobs. It's the players, too, man. You have no idea how hard it is. Well, maybe you do. As a new player to beat, like, veteran players that have been playing this for as long as, like, I have. It is, you don't have much of a chance. Because you have to learn, you still have to learn the game itself. It's, so I don't know. It's tough. That's why it sucks so much that Iron Mace kind of, like, fumbled the way they decided to, advertise the game. Honestly, man, stealth kind of sucks. If you're playing rogue, don't use stealth. It's not even worth it. It's genuinely not even good anymore. If you're gonna play rogue, there are better setups. Rupture Cutthroat used to be the go-to, but because of Druid being so good, Druid counters Cutthroat completely because their perk counters it because you can't make use quick enough. At least I believe. Although it might stop them from casting spells in the mode, so it might still be okay. But I think it also got a nerf to 3 seconds from 4. Either way, though, Hide is probably bait for Rogue. Unless you're doing the ambush variant, but you kind of need good damage for that. If you're running low damage build, or if you're in normals, I feel like the Hide ambush, the damage just isn't super great. So it's kind of still hard to kill other players. But it's because your starting strength is so low. It's just kind of how Rogue is. Rogue gets way better in High Roller with gear. It is a it's so different. No problem, Mice. Hopefully some of that helped you out. Also, if you decide to play Barb, for the love of God, don't use the battle axe. That thing is complete shit. You will think you suck at the game if you use the battle axe because it's that bad. Use the quarterstaff. It's not great, but it's better than the battle axes. Whatever you do, please don't use that weapon. No one's died in my game, by the way. We got a team of not new players, apparently. Yeah, I play solos the most. That's where I spend a vast majority of my time. They buff Battle Axe? That sounds like a troll. Okay, how is it super strong? Please inform me how it's super strong. I'm very interested to hear what I'm missing out on. Double axe is also kind of bad too, to be honest with you. I think the quarterstaff probably is just better than double. It's green, but don't matter. It probably doesn't matter. Is that a longsword? Longsword's scary for quarterstaff. Do I use a green? Yeah, it's green, so I'll use it. If it wasn't green, I would say it's trash, but the rarity does make a big difference, so maybe it's better. You know what? They did buff the speed, though. Maybe double axe is better than it used to be. I forgot they buffed the speed. I completely forgot they buffed it. Yeah, maybe double axe is okay. Maybe I'll take that back. 5 movement speed does legitimately make a big difference once, because it used to be 40. 5 movement speed might not sound like a lot, but it really is. Makes it a little bit easier to hit players, like when they're trying to like move away from you too. And they also did that buff with two-hander weapons in general as well, where you can move a little easier. But the movement speed still just felt a little too slow. 35 kind of feels nice. I feel kind of fast. Maybe this is a legitimate weapon now. It might be. But you have to land the tip shots or you'll do no damage. Oh, Isobus is definitely no joke. I hear that's hard as hell. Well, I did it once and it was super difficult as a solo on normals. And I really did not want to do it again solo, at least until I got some gear. And I wanted to test out some new classes too, like Druid earlier today. So a big part of this game that you're gonna have to get used to is learning when you're in melee combat, ducking in between swings. If you're using, like, certain weapons really benefit from ducking because it makes your body a lot harder to hit. One of those weapons is the double axe. So you swing, you duck, and then you come back up for the swings, and you kind of keep doing that rhythm, you know? You swing, duck, and then do the final swing. For the double axe, the one that goes up and down, I usually jump just because of the way it goes. You can also jump too, but ducking works as well. They're both pretty okay. You also don't really have to respect BOC anymore. BOC is kind of whatever. Especially if you have Iron Will, if you're buffed and he has BOC, just fight him. Your buffs are better than his by a mile. Savage Roar will completely obliterate BOC. It used to be a lot different, but BOC's gotten super nerfed over the past, I don't know, over the last little while. There's something to keep in mind. Yeah, Bardiche is really good as well. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I thought I did that already. Druid is super viable in solos, Iori. Super, super, super viable. I would go as far as to say it might just be completely overpowered, to be honest with you. I'd rather have space for loot than random frannies that I'm probably never going to use. I'll just drop them. Money definitely matters more. I'll probably just drop those trousers too. I really don't. Like, white trousers are not as good as they used to be. They used to be super best, but now they're good, but it ain't all that anymore. The agility nerf really made a big difference. Oh, I could drop the campfire too. I really don't need it. I'll drop it soon if I get more gear. Are you playing the game off? Yes, Limberson. I am on the blacksmith launcher. They haven't connected the Steam yet. Once they connect Steam, I will be playing off Steam. I prefer Steam. And I'll probably just uninstall the blacksmith launcher. I will uninstall the blacksmith launcher completely. To be honest with you. That's my plan. Should I still have some space for loot. Let's do full loot. Since we still have 4 minutes. Maybe I should have taken it, just because there's still players left. A lot to lose, but it's fine. I'm pretty confident. I think we'll be okay. We also have a green weapon, which is pretty good for normals. I'll take that. Might still need it for questing. Alright, at this point, I think I'm probably good enough. See if we can find like a little... Alright, let's get out of here. This looks good. I imagine most people are probably gone too. This middle exit's probably taken though. It almost always is. Almost guaranteed. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, sure. It's good. Yeah, Panther seems very, very strong for sure. Do you still have chaff? No, I never used chaff. I went straight to blacksmith launcher. I heard bad things about chaff, so I never did. Barb is so, like, chillax compared to having to play other classes. I guess I never did drop those, but it's really. Yeah, I feel like playing Barb is just so... Because it's not very demanding mentally. You know, you don't have to worry about, like, spells or... You have 2 buttons, and you have your melee movement. That's it. That's all you gotta worry about. Once you have once you got those down, you're good, man. You're good. Let's take, Berserker or Savage? If I take off my chest piece, what is my PDR at? 9? It's a little low. You know what? I think because of the new meta, having more HP total, I think Berserker is better than Savage. Because fights go a little bit longer. I'll use that instead, I think. That sounds good to me. You're trying to imagine how a Druid would kill a Barb 1v1 or like a fighter? Druid is insanely good against Barb in 1v1. I think you're just, you're underestimating how strong things like Rat Form is at getting away from a Barb as well. Not to mention, Druid has that 3-second root, the Moonfire to deal damage. Even though you have Iron Will, like, the 3-second stun is no joke, man. How does the animal scaling work? Do you know Panther says something like agility times 200 point... So I only know for sure that the scaling, the number in parentheses, the 1.0, means that it scales 1 for 1. Meaning if you have 1 damage, then you gain that 1 damage. I don't completely understand their formula, but I do know that that's how that scaling works. For the, for everything else in the game. So hopefully that helps at least a little bit. Well, that's very fair. Barb in normals has historically just always been strong. You have to run Spear, but you have to run Spear because when you stun them, the Spear is so good with range. Yeah, so I noticed that too. When you stun them with the 3 seconds, and then you pull out your Spear, and you just kind of get free hits off on them. It's pretty strong. One thing that is nice about playing Barb is the chest opening is so quick. You can really speed clear through this dungeon. Once you get the high roller too, you get better weapons. Dude, you can obliterate those centipedes and stuff. It's pretty goddamn quick. I mean, in normal you clear fast too, but the centipedes always just take a while. I would really like to see Quarterstaff buffed a little bit. Maybe Quarterstaff should go to like 25 speed. I think that would be okay. I don't see anyone complaining about that change, personally. It would make it a little bit more viable. I mean, hell, at this point, the double axe is only 5 more movement speed. That seems a little silly, doesn't it? Can I change the stream title? Why? Why do I need to change the stream title? You put 10k into a kit for your Panther? Alright, just don't get one tapped when you're in Panther form. Dagger Fighter could work. It could, but the sprint nerf is gonna be pretty tough. Bro, you're tweaking, Isaac. Tweaking. Yeah, my title is not for playing Druid. I'm referring to Barb being the solo king and fighting Druids. You're tweaking, man. Sprint nerf and that build was built around true damage scaling. That's true. Yeah, so two things about my Dagger Fighter have been nerfed now. Sprint and true damage, which were two pretty big parts of that build. It's hard to say if it's still good or not. I'll have to give it a try at some point, but I'm not too confident that it will be. I'll still try it though. I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good secondary. I think spears are legitimately selling right now. I think that's 100 gold. Like, I'll hold on to that. Sprint was nerfed big time. It went down from 50 movement speed to 20. Crazy. It's almost shocking how much it got nerfed. Just caught me off guard. Usually rogues don't W key a Barb. That's a pretty rare one. You do not W key Barbs if you're playing rogue. Not like that. Absolutely not. That is not the play. The fuck, man. Someone needs to teach that. Someone needs to send him to my stream. Because that is a big no-no. That is not how you play unless you're me and you're dumb. Another Wormhole. I don't really need two Wormholes. Oh, he was looting too. Bro, he loot delivered. He just brought me a whole loot delivery. What a guy. Well. I mean, sure, man. You helping newbies today? I usually don't have game chat on, but I'm sure I've killed a few of them. Well, I guess that rogue is one of them. He's trying to get my attention? Well, that was not the right way to do it, man. Most certainly not. Rogues can beat Barb, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. There's a little bit more work involved than just doing what he did. It's just a stat check at that point. I mean, it almost has nothing to do with skill involved. Just Barb has such a high HP pool. It's hard for Rogue to do it unless you catch them off guard or something like that. You know? Yeah, cat form does a lot of damage when you have a lot of agility. The Ranger counter to Panther. Well, Ranger should be able to kill Panther. Because Panther has pretty low HP, you just gotta hit him. The counter is hitting them, I think. The best perk for Druid? Well, there's multiple best perks. I don't know the names of them. I did go over it in a guide, but it's not out yet, so I can't direct you to that. It's out tomorrow. But the best perks are definitely the one where you get hit, and then you go invincible for 4 seconds. The instant shape-shifting perk. The Thorns. And then the one that heals you passively, I think, is the best ones. Heals you like 1 HP every 3 seconds or something. I think those are probably the best 4 perks. My opinion, at least. Pretty dark over here, isn't it? Oh, dead body, too. Is that a mob? Oh, he died to the centipede. Wow, rest in peace, this guy. This guy is not having a good day. I don't really need the loot though. I'm full. I'm ready to get out of here. Well, there's not a lot to Barb, you know. Barb smash, W key, press E and Q, and then hold M1. That's pretty much the gameplay. There's a little bit more to it than that, but it is relatively easy. You just you just have to get the movement down, because you can definitely be a bad Barb. I have seen bad Barbs. There is a difference. Calling the class no skill would be disingenuous and not accurate. There is definitely some skill involved in Barb gameplay. Regardless of how much you think there is or isn't. I can call you baby, I bet I can. Yeah, I bet. Did you see the Iron World nerf? You think it's not worth taking? No, it's probably still worth taking. It's only 25 magic resist. It still ignores knockback, which means that it counters rangers. The knockback arrows, that's huge. That's a huge thing to stop from working on you. Also, because they increase the amount of magic resist you can get, all you need is a few pieces of gear, and you can scale pretty well, I think. If it wasn't for rangers having that ability, I might agree with you, but no, I think Iron Will is still probably worth taking. I am running out of space. The problem is I don't have access to everything because I still have to hit level 20. Clean up my stash just a little bit. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter yet. Barb is planning and strategy more than anything. So you have to, as a Barb, you basically just have to decide when. It's more of when you take the fights, yeah? So, like, if you just W key into every single fight, eventually you're gonna take an L. It is what it is. That is how Barbarian gameplay usually goes. But if you play, like, if you catch someone off guard and you get in their face, you can probably kill them. The movement's a big thing, too. Even though it's not super complex, learning how to properly dodge arrows and spells as a Barb is required because you no longer have throwing axes like you used to, which makes the class a little bit less brain dead. You used to have like 20 axes, so you could lob them forever, and it felt pretty goddamn strong and oppressive. You don't have that anymore, so you really have to take, you really have to consider how much damage you're gonna take in between the distance of when you start and when you go, when you finally reach that person. So I think I'm gonna do a quest real quick. Oh, my cleric just turned in something. But I think there's a little bit more involved than might be given credit for, I think. I've been collecting these daggers for a while now. I got 2 minutes. I'm gonna just throw some. Just gonna do some vendoring and stuff real quick. Been meaning to do this for a while now. Because I do still plan to play Cleric, even though Druid is just laughably better. I do still plan to play this class. Wow, these are not even worth selling. That's hilarious. Oh, it's because of the reward tokens. Dude, the reward tokens totally screwed up the economy too. I bet they did. That's gotta be, it has to be a big part of it, I think. I think so, at least. Do I just vendor it? I gain like, yeah, it's like, it's like the gold is so minuscule. Like, does it even matter? Not really. Franny's used to legitimately do so much damage, it was terrifying. It was so incredibly terrifying. Absolutely. The wipe one weapon damage was still a stat on armor jewelry, your Franny's. Yeah, you used to be able to stack damage on so many pieces of gear, and you would just obliterate every single lobby. It was nuts. It was almost just stupid how good it was, to be honest. Well, yeah, you had axe specialization, you had a bunch of additional damage. So your axes were doing, yeah, they were doing like 70 damage headshots. So you landed one axe on a wizard, and they were just gone. They were deleted off the face of the earth, because wizards also had like 80 HP before the health buff. So wizards would sit there, and, they would sit there, they would be trying to kill you with spells, and you kind of just start throwing axes, and if you happen to hit a headshot, they're done. They're just kind of dead, you know? It is what it is. Definitely dark times, indeed. Oh, it's most certainly a good thing that it's not that way. It's definitely a good thing, for sure. We don't want Frannies to be instant. We don't want anything to be insta-killing anybody, especially Frannies with the way they were, where you had 6 in your inventory, 14 in the hot slot. So you had 20 total axes you could throw with 0 cooldown at all. And each of them could potentially insta-kill you. Remove map rotation. It would work for normals. It probably wouldn't work for high roller. So I'm not sure how they would do that. That's the only issue. Back up. I'm still sitting here wondering if they're gonna end up adding greens to normals. Get some gloves. What do you mean you get some gloves? You get gloves, buddy. Bro, why would I play games with gloves on? Who do you take me for? I like that they killed the meta, bringing in armory of throwing weapons, but there's still a bridge, the gap between melee and range that isn't covered. True. Yeah, you know what's sad? What's annoying is it feels like your chance of killing a ranger as a barb genuinely is how bad is that ranger? Like how much can they hit their shots? Because if a ranger is good at hitting their shots, you probably shouldn't be able to kill them. And there's not a whole lot you can do to help yourself kill them either. Because it's just a matter of like, well, I sure hope you can dodge it kind of deal. Grannies helped you because it was your own range, but you don't really have that option anymore. Grannies aren't really viable, I think. They're too nerfed from what they used to be. The multi-shot buff also still very, very much makes me question what they were thinking. I don't know why they needed the buff multi-shot. Was anyone asking for that? I don't know. Especially since they also nerfed PDR. So they gave multiple buffs to Ranger. They nerfed PDR, they nerfed projectile protection, and then they made multi-shot deal 5 full damage arrows. So it feels like they're gonna almost insta-kill every single class in the game that happens to get up close to them, which just seems very bizarre. Not really sure how I feel about that one. Not being able to use gear you find is a huge turn for free to play. Yep, I mentioned that earlier on stream, Milk. So that same exact thing. I said I don't care what anyone thinks about balance or not. Free to play players realizing that they can't use a single piece of gear. All the gear in normals is green. It doesn't make sense that you can't use it in between runs. Having to store and throw away all of that gear probably feels so bad for new players. I completely understand why they're upset. And I feel like current players or veteran players are acting like that doesn't make sense from a new player perspective, but it absolutely does. They're not putting themselves in the shoes of a new player They're looking at it from a veteran player status of someone who has like 1,000 hours played, you know? It's a completely different thing. If I was a new player, I would absolutely think that's stupid. Why the hell can't I use my... Why the hell can I not use gear that is so abundant in the dungeon, you know? It just seems silly. And I know why it was done before. It was because of the way the things was... It was balanced. Sorry, cleric, but it's over. Yeah, it had to be. It had to be, man. I'm sorry. I was waiting for him to swing, he just never did. The new player base? Blame Iron Mace. They don't let you go to high roller till level 20. So go blame them for forcing me to play in normals with literal 1 hour players. Nope, it's level 20, Candle. You are not allowed to play high roller till level 20. No ifs, ands, or buts. So, yeah, they don't give you a choice. Have I realized how insanely broken Druid scaling is yet? I mentioned that earlier that I thought the bear was doing a lot of damage. I saw a screenshot of it. I can't believe I missed those. Oh my god, druids are so hard to kill. I have the bottles, but it's not enough. Don't worry, I have more. Pretty insane how strong that rat form is. Oh, by the way, I am convinced that explosive bottles are going to become the new meta. Because you need them for druids. Because otherwise you will never kill them as a barb. It's not possible. You need explosive bottles. You will absolutely need them. I mean, think about it. How am I ever supposed to kill him without bottles? What do I do? There ain't nothing I can do. Except watch him run away. Move speed's Y? You think his Y is gonna hit a rat? I don't know about that one. Torches? I don't know if a thrown torch does enough damage. It's really... I think you're underestimating how hard it is to hit a goddamn rat, dude. Those things are so hard to hit. I love my little quest stash I have going. Very convenient. Am I 20? Oh, I'm 19. Sorry, guys. I can't go to high roll. I am 6 XP away. Oh my god. 6. 6. Oh. Oh, that's tragic. Oh, that sucks so bad. Damn it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was gonna go high roller. Yeah, at this point, blame Iron Mace. Iron Mace is absolutely forcing me to kill Timmy's. It is completely their fault, not mine. How much is an explosive bottle going for? Have people realized how good they are yet for druids? The price will answer that question. 19? Pretty cheap. It's probably just because it's early wipe too. Kind of makes sense. Yeah, people just don't want to spend gold on them yet. No cleric? No. I'm trying to level up my character since it's still early wipe. So right now, high roller is not that filled yet. But normals is because everybody's still kind of leveling up and doing all that. So this is absolutely the best time to level up your characters to level 20 because this is where everybody is. So right now I have cleric. I did on wipe day. I did druid earlier today. I'm getting Barb done now. I'm going to get my fighter done soon. And then the other classes, I don't know if I'm going to do those or not. Rogue is kind of whatever. Maybe I'll do Rogue, maybe not. Warlock, I'm kind of just over Warlock. I really just don't enjoy playing it that much. I know they just buffed it, but I don't know. Warlock just really isn't my kind of playstyle. Especially since they nerfed the recent cheese of like the BOC build. Wizard is fun. I guess with Rogue being out, like, not as bad as it was before with Landmine, maybe Wizard's probably pretty good. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll give that another try at some points. But yeah, right now my main classes plan to be Barb, Cleric, Druid, and Fighter for now. You're not playing HR till they fix Druid? Honestly, I don't really blame you. High roller Druid is pretty crazy. I'm on US East. Oh yeah, feel free. Yeah, feel free to hop in if you want. If you third party me though, I'll be very sad. I'd rather do a straight 1v1. Hey Jet, so Ice Hell, you just jump into the void. where you used to die, you just have to wait to the end of the match and then jump in when you see like red clouds. That's kind of that's where it's at right now. Hopefully that answers your question. Or hopefully you understand what I mean, I should say. Gotta wait till... Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, man. So, okay, here's my plan, alright? Ice Hell is hard. It is so hard in solos. I don't think I'm exaggerating. Ice Hell is legitimately a challenge in solos. I think I might try it soon, but I think I'm gonna do it on Cleric, and I'm gonna do it as a PDR Cleric. Preferably a little bit geared, to try to give myself a little bit of a buffer zone. But I'm legitimately terrified of playing Ice Abyss. Like, legitimately, I'm a little scared doing it solo. Not scared, but, like, I think it's going to be really tough. So, that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as that goes. Yeah. I don't know, man. I want to do Ice Abyss, but it's so goddamn hard. And I don't have, like, a duo that I usually play with. I had told Yami I'd play with him, but he hasn't hit me back up, so my duo plans have kind of been foiled. My plan was to play with him, but I haven't heard back, so it is what it is. Yeah, I'll try Ice Abyss solo sometime soon. I just want to get all my characters leveled up and stuff while I have a chance to do it, or while it's just kind of like slow, you know? The beginning of Wipe, I feel like, is just kind of just grinding up character levels and stuff of that nature. Plus, I can sit here and collect, like, quest parts, too, which will make my life a little easier there as well. Yeah, Laura's cool. I haven't talked to him a whole lot, but Laura is cool. If he ever wants to duo, I'm definitely down for it. He seems like a good guy. But he's not someone I've had, like, usual contact with, but I'm definitely down. So, get my stash tab. I don't have enough gold. I mean, I could transfer gold, but it's fine. I'm about to play another game anyway. It's not a big deal. You asked him? Oh, wait, like, you asked Lore? Oh, what, are you, like, in Discord with him or something? I didn't realize you were, like, currently talking to him. I'm gonna be honest, though, I kind of want them to nerf Druid. Because I feel like teams are gonna be ridiculous with Druid still running rampant, as they currently are. Oh, he's streaming. Oh, okay, gotcha. I didn't know he was streaming. Kind of, I guess it makes sense, though. Of course he'd be streaming, right? Do it with viewers. I mean, it's not that I couldn't do that, but it's kind of hard. It's hard to duo with random viewers on stream. Because I feel like there's, like, a level of, like, PvP experience, and I don't want to make anyone, like, disappointed or like, I don't know. It doesn't make for a very good stream if like we're losing if like we're losing fights because I'm playing with someone who's like brand new. Like, maybe that would be okay for like a one-off stream, but I don't want to like consistently do it with viewers just because like I don't want to be like rude and, you know, tell people that like they suck and like I'm not gonna play with them. So I try to just be fair and I usually just don't do it. I've done it before, but it's been a long time. You know, I'm not trying to like hurt anyone's feelings here or anything, you know. It just doesn't make for a I just don't know if it makes for a good stream if I were to like consistently do it, and I don't maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe less people care than I think they would. I don't know. I just know PvP and duos and trios can get pretty tough. I mean, even I am not super experienced, so it could definitely be pretty hard. What an hour requirement? I don't know, man. I don't need it to be a whole freaking resume. But I don't know. I'll consider it at some point. Maybe I'll pull people from... I would be more likely to pull it from Discord than I would from stream. Because I would probably do it in advance. You know? I'm also pretty familiar with the people in my Discord. So, like, there are people in my Discord currently that I would be willing to play with. Probably. Even if they sucked a little bit, I'd still play with them at least once. I don't mind. Although, saying all this, I will consider at some point maybe doing runs with new players. I would consider that. I think that could make for a perfectly fine stream, you know? No one's died yet, by the way. It's gonna be a pretty sweaty game. You struggle against Barb as Ranger. They just tank in W key with Iron Will. Is this normals or high roller? Because it makes a big difference too. Normals Ranger doesn't do nearly as much damage. Especially considering multi-shot buff and how damage scales. Okay, I actually feel a little bad now. Wait, why is he so fast? Wait, I can't catch him because he's in Panther? He's actually kind of fast. What is this? What is this? Bro, I'm a no, 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 Druid, come here. Druid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh my god, man. Bro, he didn't even try. Bro, Iron Base has really got to get me in these high roller games. They really want me to sit here and kill players like this. This is crazy. This is not even remotely fair. That's +1 negative review. That's true, he did crouch spam, but that's a pretty general gameplay thing. I don't think it's not just experienced players that know about crouch spam. That's a pretty typical gameplay thing. in multiplayer games. What are some good classes to play? Used to play Cleric. Yeah, if you want a good class, you should probably stop playing Cleric. Honestly, man, if you like Cleric, Druid is really, really good right now. If you have any interest at all in continuing to play like a class similar to Cleric, Druid is like nutty. So, you know, up to you, of course, but that's probably the class I would recommend. No, don't play Ranger. Don't leave Cleric to play Ranger. No, please don't do that. play a fun class. Wizard can be fun, but Druid's kind of the hot topic right now. What does Druid do? Everything that Cleric does and better. Currently. They heal and they shapeshift. Remember when I used to use the hatchet? Those were the days. Shapeshift. So you can shapeshift into a rat, a panther, a bear, and a chicken. Currently. Playing your panther with my summon has been very fun. I could imagine that would be pretty decent. Well, panther, the scaling just seems insane for Druid. Yeah, the chicken's wild. The chicken is a whole experience. I want the dexterity. Doesn't make a huge difference, but might as well. Yo, you know, like, think about, wouldn't it be nice if while you were playing normals, like all this gear you were getting that's green, you could just keep using while you played. You didn't have to constantly take it all off and throw it in the stash. As like a new player, I feel like that would just be so good for them. God. Druids. I'm so glad that he was not like a super experienced druid, because that could have went on for a long time. It's so hard to deal with them. Chicken has the most damage because it scales at resourcefulness and attacks with 30% armor pierce. Bro, that... No shot you're telling me to go around as a chicken. I'm gonna get one tap. That would be really funny to do. I'm up for the challenge if, maybe I'll do that at some point. You chicken druid? That sounds ridiculous. Druids for support? Well, it supports itself pretty well in solos. At least for now it does. I think it's a top tier solo class. For now. Maybe that'll change, but... I think I might do a new player guide for Goblin Caves. I feel like if there's anyone out there that could make a decent guide for caves, it would be me, who has just about 2,000 hours played on only goblin caves alone. I've been here through it all. Maybe I'll consider it at some point. I feel like there's enough new players that I could consider doing it. Because I've started to get, I've been getting asked like new player questions more frequently recently. So I think it might be something I could consider doing. Also, high roller time. Sick. Alright, time to change my gear. I need to get this I need to get my stash tab though. I need to, or I need to be organized, or I'm gonna scream. Yeah, Isobus is insane solo. It's really, that's why I haven't really been doing it yet. I've kind of been waiting. I plan to do it, but yeah, it's insanely difficult. Solo is definitely the key word too. I don't know how it is in teams, but yeah, solo feels rough as all hell. You know the thumbnail for that guide? It's a picture of Firebox with the loot goblins, king heads sitting on a pike with a... Alright. Alright, calm down. Oh my goodness, man. Funny though. Do I not have rings? Oh, I do, okay. I was gonna say, am I blind? I swore I had rings. Isopus takes forever to traverse. It's probably because everyone's also new. I imagine it's gonna get a lot easier as time goes on. Especially as a team, you can probably... I imagine as a team, people will figure it out pretty quickly. I think, at least they will. We'll have to wait and see. If I'm right or not, I don't know. I'm just gonna organize this a little bit before I go, just so I don't feel as overwhelmed. I hate when my stash looks like this. A mess. It's so hard to do like in between trips too, when your stash looks like this. It just looks so bad. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to look a little better. We're on the right track though. I think we're just about good to go. Hopefully I don't die a bunch, because then I won't have enough gold to play high roller, but I'm sure it will be fine. Worst case, I could always go back to normals and just completely decimate those lobbies if I have to. I am leaning towards hopefully that doesn't. Right, this looks a lot better, even though you might still be cringing a little bit. It's good enough. Oh. The third stash tab is where things get way easier. I knew I was right to grab this spear. And it has physical damage bonus too. Does that matter? Nah, doesn't matter. People don't care about the stats. Hey, Rayclaw, you played the game yesterday after 2 month break. It feels good. Hey, I'm glad to hear it, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. Are you playing like solos? Are you playing teams? What have you been doing? HRF's dumb. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the HRF. I'm kind of torn right now. Oh, I'm gonna buy a better quarterstaff too. I think quarterstaffs are pretty cheap as well. How much is an epic going for? 50 gold? Dude. Dude, 50 gold? That's it? Oh my god. Easy. Easy profit. No one uses these, huh? Cool. I mean, yeah, sure. I'm gonna take my freebies. It's so cheap. Oh no, I can't buy all these. I don't have a high roller fund. Oh god, hold on. I gotta sell some stuff. I got overzealous. I got too excited. Okay, here we go. All right, I better not die or I'm screwed. I better not die here. If I die, I'm donezo. Have any lockpicks? I don't think so. Let's go. You know, we've been through all this before solo leveling. High roller cost used to be 100 gold, then they brought it down to 50, then they removed it, then they brought it back to 100 gold. Granted, the amount of loot in dungeons has changed since then. That's true, I could always grab gold from another stash. My cleric's pretty stacked, or at least a little bit. Wonder if I should have bought a better Warmaw. Too late now. I guess I didn't really have the money. I really should have considered a better Warmaw though. Just for PDR use. That's why I have the Warmaw. It's for PDR and longswords. After this game, I'll look to see how much a new Warmaw will cost. And I'll probably do that. Yeah, you can get pretty good profit in High Roller. I'm just surprised that they decided to go back with a fee. Because they got rid of the fee so long ago. Well, don't forget, Christo. Everyone got a bunch of free tokens. Iron Mace goofed up and people had like hundreds of free equipment tokens. So the market is probably just been flooded by super rare gear. So just something to keep in mind. So. What's my action speed? I should have checked that. Made sure I'm at least positive. Okay, I'm positive. Let's go. Maul for longsword is not easy to parry. Yeah, that's why I use the Warmaul for longsword. Because the quarterstaff's super easy to parry, the Warmaul's not. I should have got a better Warmaul. It's my mistake for not doing that. Pretty big mistake too. A lot of damage I'm missing out on. But it is too late now. I mean, it is what it is. Hopefully I don't die. If I do, it's my own fault for not bringing a better rarity. Because the quarterstaff is not good enough to use it on. It's just not good enough. I'm assuming most of you guys probably know this, but I am kind of memeing by using Barb. Or not Barb, by using the quarterstaff. Quarterstaff is not a meta weapon at all. Quarterstaff directly counters you can block their riposte. That is extremely generous. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. It is way too easy to parry a quarterstaff. And that parry can come out real quick. It is way too big of a risk to block that. Because if you mess it up, you lose all your health in one hit. I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. You're welcome to your opinion, but I don't think so, man. You know what's nice about using like off-meta weapons? They're super cheap. Because no one likes no one likes the quarterstaff. It's super off-meta. I'm like the only person who uses it, I swear. At least it feels like it sometimes. And that's not as good. Color don't mean nothing. I'm looking for sellables more. I guess I could bring it, but the stats were kind of bad, so not too worried. What's the meta then? Felling? Depends on who you ask, honestly. There's a few different weapons that are considered more meta. Zwei is still really good. Felling is really good in certain situations. Warmaul is really good. But like it's really dependent on the situation. Cleric is unfortunately not super great in normals. So I'm sorry. That is not what I meant to say at all. I just completely had a brain blank. Cleric is not that good in solos. They are playable, but it is by far probably one of the lesser good classes. It just is what it is, man. Druid really just takes over Cleric right now. Kind of sad for us. Yeah, gear-based matchmaking appears to not be here anymore. Not all weapons are situational, Texas. That's not necessarily true. Quarterstaff, the situational has nothing to do with quarterstaff. Quarterstaff is just something that no one really uses because it's not worth it. Hatchet kind of sucks. Horseman's Axe is still pretty off meta, not really used at all. There's a lot of weapons that I didn't mention that are currently not used. So don't get what I said mixed up with every weapon is usable but situational. There's a lot of weapons that no one is currently using. Just, you know, just keep that in mind. It's a pretty good staff, but I don't know if people are buying that. Because I had that purple staff that wasn't selling. Double axe is another one of those off-meta weapons that I see some people use, but I'm not personally a huge fan of. Yes, true damage has been reduced a lot, Dragon. A lot. It's about half of what it used to be. I think about half. A lot of the rolls have been reduced. And it's not just true damage, too. A lot of stuff has been reduced. So like, a lot of gear is kind of squished together. Why didn't I keep clearing that room? I kind of just, like... I was looking at chat and not thinking, I want to clear the exit area. Just in case I need it. You never knew. Especially with no circle, there's no real reason not to. Quest item, that's pretty. Is Rogue an easy class for beginner? No. Astaroth, please don't play Rogue. You're gonna hate your life. If you're brand new, play Fighter or Barb. I honestly think those are the best beginner classes to learn the game. Fighter is probably better because you have a shield. But you could, I feel like Barb's relatively easy too. But Fighter's probably easiest. Shield really does make a big difference when you're new. Yeah, please don't play Rogue. You're gonna hate your life so much. I wish I was exaggerating, but Rogue is kind of rough right now, I think. At least if you're new. It can be okay geared, but that's a whole different, like, yeah, it's a whole different thing. Why do shields get magic healing roll? I'm trying to think of what way you could use magic healing on shield. I don't think there is one. Weird. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you should recommend Cleric to new players because it's so bad for PvP. And if you're a new player and you're constantly getting destroyed in PvP because you're using a unoptimal class, I feel like it might discourage a new player from playing it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now as far as Cleric goes. You got dumpster 10 raids in a row? Yeah. Yeah, try fighter instead. It's still gonna be rough your first games, but hopefully that works out better for you. It's pretty rough, man. How to counter double warlock? I don't play duos, so I don't really have an answer for that question. Sorry. But I will tell you the counter to warlock is technically ranger. I just don't know like what comps are technically bis in duos right now. I assume druid is at least one of them though. This druid is insane. This has been a very quiet game. I guess it's not that bad though, because I need at least one dub. I don't want to lose all my money in one game. Because I have to pay my fee. I gotta pay Daddy Iron Mace. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. No, I ain't, hell no. Absolutely not. Oh, those guys cheat, man. I don't trust them. I know you can sidestep them. I don't trust it. I don't like them. Just wait the 4 cycles and then get a free kill. That seems way better to me. Also, it's so many hits too. Because, well, I guess it's hits because they block it with their hands. Nightmare Mage is so scary because if you make one mistake, you're dead. If you get hit by one orb, it like chain reactions off each other, and then you become too slow to dodge the others, and it's really, really rough. I'd rather not take that risk, personally. Just my own opinion. I know some people have yelled at me in chat and said, "Oh, it's easy. Just walk around it. It's fine." I'm like, "Yeah, you can do that, and it works. But is it really worth the risk? I don't know. I don't think so. I'd rather be scared and safe." Yeah, that's pretty good. How's Ranger solos? Ranger's kind of weird. I personally think Ranger is pretty decent. But Ranger, you kind of have to play ratty. Just because of the nature of the class, which is why I don't like it that much. Not to say you can't play it and like it, but I don't really like Ranger all that much. I just think the gameplay is kind of boring. I'm just gonna take the dub this game. I'm just gonna get out of here with this stuff, just so I can make my money back from the fee. And I'm gonna grab a better Wormall too, so I can fight, like, the fighters and stuff next game. Surprised I didn't see anybody, but, you know, I'm okay with this. Modify my gear set. I was really stressed about this Wormall. Because I was a little scared of running into, like, a longsword or plate and dying because my weapon sucked. That would have been very sad. Hopefully it's not too expensive, grabbing a Wormall. You kind of need it. It's not really an option. 250 gold. That's not a lot of gold. Alright, how much does a better war mall cost? What's the price for an epic? Oh, it's not too bad. I can afford that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's a good war mall, too. It's absolutely worth the cost. Now I can play way more, now I can play, like, way more aggressively having this and not, and, like, being able to be, I feel way more confident in fighting those other classes now. I feel it really does not feel good to only have quarterstaff, because if you do run into one of those classes, you are kind of screwed. At least I think, personally. Bro, I'm kind of broke, though. I am kind of broke as hell. Why am I so broke? I guess because of the stash tab stuff. I gotta make some money. This was kind of annoying me. True magic was nerfed, so it's probably not meta, but it's probably cheaper, right? Okay, so here's the thing. Even though true magic was nerfed, it's probably still meta for wizard, I would assume. Just because being able to go straight through, just the nature of what it is, I just feel like is probably still, it's probably still best in slot, I imagine. I don't imagine any other stats that are going to be better than true magic damage for those classes. I think, personally. Doesn't Barb just counter Ranger now because of Iron Will knockback? Not if they can hit their shots. If Ranger plays around Hunter traps, you kind of can't push them. Because if you run into a trap, you're dead. Barbarian is so bad at getting out of Hunter traps that if you do manage to hit one of them, you will just die and you are done. You know, there is nothing you can do. And if you do end up pushing them, multi-shot does full damage now. So if you're at all weak, their multi-shot might just kill you. It's pretty scary. I think Ranger's genuinely better against Barb than I think people give it credit for. I think, personally. Round shield? Youth, what are you asking? Did I miss something else, or are you just saying round shield? Are you asking why I'm not using a round shield for the Ranger? The reason is because you need war maul. You need war maul to fight fighters, PDR clerics, and long swords. Quarterstaff is my weapon of choice, so I don't have room for round shield. But that's why I don't have a round shield. Pretty simple, I'd say. Round shield for Ranger trap? I mean, yeah, I guess you could, what are you gonna do? Hold on to a round shield every single game and swap it if you hit a trap? I guess you could do that. It might save you. It's not a terrible idea, but... there might be some footage out there of the new Wyvern boss. I know it's pretty hard to even get a fight with it, but I'm sure there's some footage out there somewhere. There's gotta be, I imagine. No joke, you considered it for Warlock. Did you really, Youth? That would be interesting. Wait, can Warlock use... Round? Wait, what? Are you saying you're playing Barb and you considered using Round Shield? Warlocks don't get Round Shield, right? Warlocks can only use Heater, right? Oh, did Repose and Jay kill it? Oh, that's cool, man. Very cool. That's awesome. Oh, sorry, I might have missed it. Okay, so the reason I'm using Berserker, it's more of a meta switch. So this meta is far more HP total, so fights last longer. I used to be a firm believer in Savage for no chess piece, but number one, they buffed chess pieces so they're not as heavy, so it makes it a lot less, there's a lot less of a punishment for using chess pieces. And number two, the fights last longer, so you get far more benefit from Berserker in the long run, I think. So being able to use the chess piece for more stats at a minor drawback, and then also getting access to Berserker, in my opinion, just feels really good. You have to use Crush, by the way. I don't know if anyone mentioned that or not, but Crush is required for shields and doors. Door in Door is not a game you want to play when you're a Barb, because your resourcefulness is trash. It will take you so long to open doors. You don't want that. You don't want that. You need Crush. I've been doing bosses on my cleric. I was doing Cyclops. Also, if anyone is not aware, since I know no one in the world uses quarterstaff except me, it feels like, when you're using quarterstaff, you want to jump because there's no weak spot. So you jump and hit their head as close as you can get, so they're hitting your... Basically, when you're using quarterstaff, you want them to hit their weak spot on the weapon, but you want to hit... But you're always hitting full spot. So you get close and you jump. Preferably, you're hitting headshots for full damage, and they're hitting your limbs for reduced damage, and you just stat check them. That's like the big... That's like the only skill thing about quarterstaff. You just have to time the jumps for headshots when you're using it. I feel like people don't know. People might not know that because people don't really use quarterstaff, but it makes a huge difference, and it's why I usually win a lot of my fights with quarterstaff. Or you can duck. Ducking also works. It's a little bit different, though. If you're ducking, you want to swing, duck, and just keep doing it, but there are some downsides to it, too. Yeah, people like to boast that there's no melee tech in this game. It's not completely true. Like, it is pretty simple, but there is definitely some tech involved for weapons that, if you're not doing, put you at a big disadvantage, and you will probably lose. So even though people love to say that the melee combat is trash in this game, there is definitely some semblance of, you know, skill involved, at least. Use it, didn't think of it? Yeah. It's pretty good. I've been using the quarterstaff for almost a year now. If you are just now, like, tuning into Dark and Darker in general, you're not going to know this at all. But Ale used to be really strong. It was meta. So every single person, well, I was like the leading charge of Ale. I did it first. At least I think I did it first, because I realized how good it was. You would pop Ale, and you would go for a quarterstaff DPS trade, and Ale gave you 11 strength, which scaled with vigor, because it was one stat. So it would give you like 22 stats worth. It would give you 11 strength and 11 vigor, if it was now. So you would just completely obliterate every player because they didn't have free Ale. It was so stupid. And you could turn down your quality settings, and Ale didn't give you a downside. So it was just free stats. It was so stupid. It was so strong. I won so many free fights for no other reason than I just drank Ale, and they didn't. But now Ale gives 4 strength, and it's sad. I don't use it anymore. Plate lock will and knowledge. Plate lock might still be usable. It's definitely possible. I'm not sure, though. They did nerf plate, so I'm not completely sure on that one. Maybe I should do a centipede. I think there was only like 1 or 2 guys in my lobby, which is pretty mid, so might as well do some decent farming. Barb kills pretty damn quick, too. Do you win DPS trade versus Y? Yes, I can. You can absolutely beat Y. You just gotta be careful not to get Achilles struck and then get out ranged. That's the skill check. You want to try to make them waste it if possible. God damn spider, you bitch. God damn it. Where'd you come from? Anyway, yeah. I'm definitely down to duo with youth at some point. We mentioned it a long time ago. We had talked about it, but it never happened. Hey, that's pretty good. I think I'd rather have this though for damage, but that's not bad. Yeah, I'll keep the damage, but I forgot you could wear Barbutua helmets, Barb. I genuinely forgot that was a thing. I was thinking that was a fighter helmet piece. I was so confused when I saw it. You'll get good at Druid? Yeah, I was playing Druid earlier, youth. I was playing it for a while. It's so insane. It's so crazy. I can't believe how strong it is. You gotta be kidding me. God damn it. Ugh. Stupid goblin. It's fine. It's fine. Minor inconvenience. Hit my arm, I think. Quarterstaff, you can kind of put your hand goes really far forward with quarterstaff. So I'd assume that's probably what got me. How do you go about fighting longsword fighter as cleric? What weapon are you using? That makes all the difference. Yeah, I think I used the Druid guide that I made for tomorrow. I think I used the word overpowered at least twice. So, yeah, it's absolutely insane. No regrets. Not even clickbait, it's just true. Just factually correct. Tell me good. I'm just keeping gear that I might end up using. I don't really have any extra helmets. But a lot of these aren't even really that good. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just waiting for better gear to come around. It's gotta be OP. There's no shot it's not OP. It's stupid how good it is. See, that's why I don't block with quarterstaff. There you go. That's why I don't block with quarterstaff ever. Because it's not consistent. You still get hit. It's so dumb. I swear, the Bardiche, I think the Bardiche block is just better than quarterstaff block. I'm pretty sure the Bardiche still has that bugged hitbox, and the quarterstaff is just sad. Yeah, I would never try to block with this thing. Absolutely not. HR having a fee? It's okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, but it is what it is, I suppose. White pants any good? Not particularly. I don't need to grab explosive bottles because they're so cheap on the market. Hey, he's been through here. Wonder if I can find him. If I were him, where would I go? Probably through here. Yep. Yeah. Oh. There he is. Is he dead? Did he die? You guys think he died? I think he did. I think that's his dead body. I think he was the rat. Oh. No, stop hitting me. I swear I can play this game. Goddamn, Mom. Alright, you gotta go. These centipedes are so tanky. Spiders, stop! I hate the spiders, please. Oh, I'm stuck. I can't move. Bro, spiders are actually so garbage. I hate them so much. You can't move. Okay. I am... This... Okay. Alright. I am gonna scream. These spiders are killing me. Okay. I need to kill this plot before I get mad. Freaking hate spiders. They are so goddamn annoying. Alright. We're good. God damn it. Well, here's what's so bad about them. It's not that the spiders are dangerous, it's that they bounty bounce you. So when you're trying to fight something like a centipede, the spider will touch you, it'll bounce you, and it'll get you stuck in between walls and stuff. It's super annoying. Yeah, it is not particularly fun. I had some okay stuff. Good deal. I gotta get going soon though. I'm just debating on what to drop here. I want the extra gear pieces, but I kind of need the money too. It's hard to decide. It's always so hard. Buy Moose Feed, we'll keep that. True Magic, I feel like I should keep that. That might sell. These are really good. Gotta keep that. That's pretty mid. We can drop that. Anything else that's green, we can get rid of, and then we'll be good. That's green. That's fine, and this is fine. It's good enough. Grab that. Right, let's go. How is Quarterstaff with tons of action speed? So Quarterstaff's really not meta at all, but I personally like the weapon. I think it's just kind of a fun one to use. It's pretty okay with action speed. The Troll's Bane is pretty decent because it has a lot less movement speed penalty. I agree, Del. I actually made a Troubadour suggestion on the Discord and said that the Goblin Cave timer needs to be extended by, I think it was 3 or 4 minutes, I said. It is too short right now. It makes it really hard to boss, too, which is kind of annoying. Alright, well, we're slowly gathering up our money, which is nice. I'm gonna probably just render this stuff. I want the space. I don't need all this. I don't need all this stuff. I'll never use it. At least I don't plan to use it anytime soon. War malls are so cheap, I don't really need this, but I'll keep it for now. But that's just me being greedy. That's just me being greedy. Alright, vendor that. Vendor this. This is how I would recommend organizing your gear, by the way. If you're someone who's new and you haven't been through a bunch of wipes. Your first stash tab can be all your random junk. The moment you get 1,500 gold, buy that. And then store extra gear sets like this. So what you want to do is put all your random blues and greens here and rotate them as you get better gear. Does that make sense? So like as you find like boots with 5 movement speed, which is the best in the game, every other pair of boots that doesn't have 5 move speed, you know, gets kicked out. And then kind of just keep trading it from there, and eventually you'll build like a bunch of decent sets. And if you do die, it's not a big deal. You can kind of just quickly swap. The last thing you want is to have to go into games naked. That's a really big misconception too. That even I, as a new player back in the day, fell into that trap of going into games naked because I wanted to do an eco run. You do have Squire, so you can always play normals. But if you're going into High Roller, I would always recommend just bringing at least some of a decent gear set. Because you need it. The last thing you want to do is go into High Roller with junk gear. Die because you were stingy on your gear. And you just brought nothing. And then you get minus 100 gold for losing the High Roller run. You lose your time of dying in the game itself. And you lose any of the junk gear you brought in, which is also just a net negative. So, I don't know. That's kind of... Hopefully that makes sense. That's kind of where I'm at right now, as far as organization goes. I know a lot of you might be on the free version too, so it doesn't even matter yet, but assuming you do buy the game, it will end up mattering eventually. I'm not done with Druid. I'm definitely not done with it. I just wanted to level up some other characters and stuff. I also think Druid's gonna get big nerfed. So I'm almost hesitant. Like, I'm gonna keep playing it, but I'm pretty goddamn sure they're gonna get nerfed soon. You love combo interactions of this game. For example, wormholes, left swing, right swing. Oh, where you can kind of alternate swings. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too. I agree. Coin bags. So you're supposed to be able to craft them, but I'm not sure if you can craft them yet because of the quest limitation. Quests get added every single week, so I'm not sure if you can do it yet. Also, fellas, if you are enjoying the stream over on YouTube, you don't mind liking the video, I'd appreciate it. It helps the offline VOD. And, the big VOD that I did yesterday got demonetized. YouTube did not like my reaction stream content. So I'd appreciate it. I had fun, though, so I don't care. Oh, yeah, I forgot you could do that. That's pretty cool. Also, trade you real quick. You want to show you something? You got your 3rd Lich kill and got a legendary. What kind of legendary is it, Chaos? Is it a good one? Well, I didn't get a strike or anything, but it did get demonetized, which is pretty sad. It's a little sad on that, but... Oh well, is what it is. Hey, Renee. Gotta see him up. My health's looking kind of juicy right now. Not gonna lie. 5% action speed's good enough for quarterstaff. 184. That's pretty good, man. That's some juice. What is my wormhole doing? 132? That's not too bad. And that doesn't include Berserker, as they hit me too. You gotta add 30% to that as the fight goes. Have I tried Dex Barb? I have tried Dex Barb before. So you have to keep in mind, Runens, that gear has been changing so significantly just in the past, I don't even know. I mean, just in the past few months, gear has changed so insanely. You used to be able to build so many more stats on your character. You could do dex, you could do all stats. So you could do dex build, but also build everything else too, which was insane. So I've done builds where like you have everything on Barb, and it felt really, really good. But things have changed from there. But I have done it before, and it does feel quite strong. Just meta dependent, you know, things just change. Yeah, copyright is the scarier one. I didn't get a copyright strike. It was just a demonetization kind of deal, which is a little sad, but I would do it again, youth. I would do it again, damn it. It was fun. Whatever. It was hype, so I don't care. It's not always about the money. Sometimes it's about the fun. Oh, it's a scary one. If anyone doesn't know, do not hit these guys' shields. It will hurt you, even with range. Magic missile, bow and arrow. Do not hit that shield. You will regret it. You will regret it. Especially if it's magic missile. You can get insta killed if it all hits the shield. It stacks really quickly. Oh, there you go. I just hit it because I'm dumb. Yeah, 20 damage. And that's with Barb having magic resist too. It's kind of hard to not hit shield with quarterstaff. I should have used the wormhole instead. It was just a small space. Do what I say, not what I do. Don't hit the shield. Now imagine a panther with 35 agility doing 129 on right click, but doing it. Yeah, it's a little scary. It's a little scary. I've seen the druid scaling. Video games are not for fun. Oh, my mistake. You're right. It's for loot. Loot and glory. You're right. You're right. Apologies. That die in 3 hits? I don't know. It did. Maybe I'll help with the goblin, but that's funny. I'll take the assist. Hey, Dang Milk. How you doing, man? Dang it, Milk. I said that right. I don't know if that's worth keeping. I feel like gear in general just... It's way better to get sellables and stuff. You know what? I could cheese the zombie. Wormhole, they're super easy kills if you didn't know. You can keep hitting them and they'll get slowed, and they will never catch you. So if these guys annoy you, take the freebie. Even Nightmare can be cheesed too. You just gotta do the S click. It's a little harder to do. Yeah, Nightmare 1's up, but it's still doable. I just messed up. Ran out of space. Nightmare ones are a lot more scary than the other ones are, to be honest with you. Is Fighter big rip with sprint nerf? I think Fighter is still usable, but it is definitely not as oppressive as it used to be. Fighter sprint was insane for so long. Probably more balanced. Probably still okay. Okay, those chests are open, so someone has been through here. I just don't know if he's still here or not. They added so many oh yeah. Nightmare mobs are everywhere in High Roller right now. It's gotta be really rough for new players too. Well, actually, maybe that's not true because new players aren't in High Roller. Maybe I take that back. You lurk a lot. I mean, this is a big, but your Kurashi strikes you. Oh, my finger. You want me to, what, you want story time? No, I don't mind. When I was 3, I got my finger stuck in, the car seat, where you put the car seat buckle, and I pulled off my finger. Gotta be careful with felling. Felling can absolutely out DPS you if you're not careful. He's too fast. Oh, I messed up. I thought the slow from the Warmaw would be enough. It was not. I really thought the slow from the Warmaw was enough to stop him. Bro, I can't believe he could keep up with that. He was so... I really thought with the slow from Warmaw, I really thought that would stop him. Oh, Felling Axe is... Oh, man. Damn it, man. I wonder if I should have used Quarterstaff instead. I feel like the Felling Axe usually out DPSs you, but I'm not sure. How do I play that differently? I don't know. That's unfortunate. Yeah, Felling Axe is really tough to deal with. I think I probably should have used Quarter, but... I thought that the Warmaw slow would have been enough to keep him out of distance, but apparently that was not the way. Man, I'm so sad. I'm not sure what the right play was there. I don't know how am I supposed to beat a Warmaw, man? Or a Felling. I don't even know how to beat that. Do you use it? Should I use a Felling instead? I feel like I get out-traded by a Quarterstaff unless I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how I'm supposed to beat that without my own Felling. Do I have to use a Felling instead? Alright. Oh, man. I don't know, though. Because if I use a Felling Axe, I have to use Achilles, right? Because if I use Felling Axe and then he uses... And then I get hit by Achilles Strike, I'm just dead. How do you win that fight, man? It's such a tough matchup, man. It's such a tough fight to beat that. It's so hard to beat the Felling Axe and DPS. I almost had him too. It was really close. I don't know, man. That's tough. Bet him first, I would have won. You're kind of right. That Achilles really screwed me too. You know, if I had Franny's, I probably could have won that too. I feel like you need explosive bottles for rats. So what do? Are you gonna bring Franny's for Barbs? Are you gonna bring explosive bottles for rats? Because otherwise they'll run away forever. So what do you do here? I'm not really sure. I wonder if I could, you know what? I wonder if I could have won that with Quarterstaff. With the jump tech involved. I don't know. It's possible I could have won that with Quarterstaff. It really is possible. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like it might have been possible. I think I should have just trusted in my Quarterstaff there. I made the mistake of thinking I could outpace him, but that is not going to happen. That's not how that works. Why is the cheapest one of these 100 gold? That's not even worth it. I'd rather just wear nothing. It'd be better to wear nothing. Studded leather is too heavy. Yeah, all these chest pieces are far too heavy to use. I'll probably just go no chest piece. These are all too heavy. And if that's the case, then I probably go back to Savage. Although, maybe that's still not the case. Going no chest piece is fine. The upside is that you're not slowed down by speed. I could go Adventure Tunic, too. Or Adventure... Yeah, I could go Adventure Tunic as well. Oh, that's okay. I'll do 75. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. That was a fair price. This is dumb. Okay. I think the jumping headshot might be able to hit there. The next... Okay. The next Felling Axe Barb I see, I am going to try Quarterstaff and Savage Roar. That's the goal. I'm not going to use Warmaul. I'm going to try Quarterstaff, and we're going to see if it ends up working. I'm going to try the jump tech, and I'm going to try to get him to hit my limbs, and I'm going to try to hit his head. I think, with how many hits it took him to kill me, I think I can out DPS with Quarterstaff. I think it's possible. So I'm going to try it anyway, and we'll see. I feel like I need the armor, man. I guess I'll pay 100 for a green. It's so stupid. I don't want to pay that. Oh well. It doesn't sell? Yeah, I think that's just a really, really tough matchup. I'm just... He had a green felling. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the felling is just like my biggest counter. I could just grab a felling instead of Warmaul. Maybe there's not enough PDR to worry about Warmaul. Maybe you just go felling instead. Maybe that's perfectly acceptable. I'm willing to give that a try. Because if I had my own felling, I could probably kill him. At least I'm not like getting equipment diffed at that point, right? Okay, let me grab some gold real quick, and I'm gonna buy myself a felling instead. I think I'm gonna grab my own felling axe because I don't like that I just kind of lose to a felling barb. Barbs are too strong to be just auto losing to one weapon. That just doesn't make sense. What is that? What was that? Okay, anyway. 228 gold, huh? Well, this looks better. Alright, alright, you're not even in here. Alright, what do you got, man? You denied me? Guess you don't want to see it, huh? Bro, just put it up. What do you want to show me? Okay. Oh, I guess not. Oh. You lost your chance. All you have to do is put it in there. You know my Barb's name. It's right on the screen. Alright, so quarterstaff for everybody, except for felling barbs, PDR fighters, longswords. I think those are the big three that we're gonna use felling for. Chaos, Why didn't you just put it in the trade? It's not like we were, it wasn't like I was getting it from you. Why didn't you just put it in there? I was so confused. $20K at 3 a.m. That is a lot. I think we could have had more though, if Steam wasn't overwhelmingly negative in reviews. I think we definitely would have had more people. Oh, you have a delay, Chaos? I gotcha. Well, who else would have been trading you? Twice. I genuinely believe that if this launch had went more smoothly, we would have been at like 100K players. I think we would have been. I think if things had been done differently, we really could have hit it. You're out of the loop. Why this here is negative? So everyone was under the impression that this free-to-play model was like a legitimate free-to-play game because that's how it was advertised. The problem is that's not what the game actually is. It's a demo or a free trial kind of deal, like an extended free trial. So instead, everyone felt misled by the free-to-play, and then the free players are joining games and realizing that they buy the game, but they have to wait 3 days to use what they bought. So people are upset about that too. And then people are feeling duped because they're playing normals and they can't use any gear they find, which is also completely reasonable as well. So every single piece of gear that people are finding are completely worthless, which is just also ruining the experience in general. So people are feeling like Iron Mace is trying to like con them into buying the game instead of trying to show them the game is good. So it's feeling more scummy than it is good. So that's currently the general vibe that I'm getting from the reviews. You know what's something about hunting a felling? It's so much quicker to kill mobs. Maybe felling is Biss instead of the warm-up for solos. Felling axe can kill PDR. It's got pretty good DPS and stuff. Why are you naked? You know, if that guy wasn't aggroed, this would have been perfectly... And of course it was a nightmare one too, so I had to worry about getting tagged. I don't like wasting a bottle on that, but he had to go. He was too fast. He has to go before the third party comes in. I don't have time to play cat and mouse with the rogue. Oh, we got it back. I would really prefer not to play Tom and Jerry this game. Oh my god, it didn't die to the felling action. Holy crap. It's 100 damage. I don't think anyone's fighting the troll. Yeah, they absolutely could have had so many more players if it wasn't negative, man. It's kind of a shame, to be honest with you. Like I'm imagining like 50k plus easy in the dungeon right now, especially with how popular the playtests were. If they had just done this, if they had just done the marketing better. But I mean, what's done is done. Like, you only get one first impression, so now they have to climb their way out of a negative hole by fixing it completely. And like, I feel like once something comes out negative, it's a lot harder to fix a negative review than it is to come out with a positive one. So now they're gonna have to figure it out. The 3-day thing was an old thing that was made because of hackers buying the game. Wait, did they re-add true invisibility to the game? Are rogues full invisible while moving again? Since when? When did rogues just suddenly let... Oh my god, I didn't know they could move while invisible. Oh my god, since when? No, I didn't know. I haven't fought a single invis rogue all wipe. Brother, I haven't fought a single rogue. Oh my god, I didn't know. That was an easy win if I knew that. Oh my god. That's such a dumb... I didn't know they were full invis. Oh my god, that's so dumb. That is such a dumb way to die. God damn it, you're kidding me. I had no clue. I had absolutely no idea. I thought he was just sitting there like a dummy. I had no idea he was moving towards me. That is so freaking tragic. He caught me so off guard. Because I was like, yeah, he's just sitting there, right? Because you can see him. That's the first invis rogue I've seen. All wipe. I had no idea they could be invis. I swapped because I didn't know he was even moving towards me. Rogues have had a shimmer for weeks now. I had no idea that rogues, like, I had no idea rogues were invis again. I had no clue. Yeah, I had absolutely no idea rogues were invis again. Zero idea. I thought he was just sitting there invis. I was about to pop rage. And roar and just kill him because he was sitting there. I didn't know he was... I didn't even know that was a thing. I had no idea. I mean, how was I supposed to know? Yeah, you say it's in the patch notes, but I hadn't seen a single rogue. I haven't seen any of them, man. I had no idea that was even a thing. dungeon changed on me right before I was ready. Yeah, I had no idea, man. Oh, that was such an avoidable death. If I just knew, if I had known that rogues could move all invis, I don't, that never happens. I can't, I can't even. I can't. I just can't believe it. I am just baffled. I am so baffled by this. Bro, you're gonna make, oh, I'm pulling up this goddamn Discord. I feel like, I swear I did not remember seeing that Invis Rogue got rebuffed. Where are these patch notes? Where does it say that Rogue got stealth back? Bro, I read that. Rogue stealth no longer reveals his silhouette. I thought all that meant was when he went invisible initially, it didn't show the after image. It doesn't say anything about steps. It just says silhouette. I did read that. I just didn't know that meant the movement. I thought that meant the initial hiding. It's not specific. I don't think that's inherently obvious that it means that they stop the steps while moving. It doesn't say it. It just says silhouette doesn't get revealed. It says nothing about moving at all. I don't think that was my fault. I absolutely think that's a... It doesn't say anything about movement. I'm reading it right now. It says Rogue stealth no longer reveals his silhouette. I thought it was the after image, not the movement. Chaos, this better be the goddamn best legendary weapon I've ever seen in my life. I don't remember your name. One tap. This better be the best weapon I've ever seen. Let's see it. One tap. I mean, it's decent. But it's just a Bardiche, man. Why are you so excited over this Bardiche? It's just a Bardiche. I'm glad you like it, though. Bro. Bardiche? Bro, okay. Let me just... Bro. Come on. Bro, come on. It's 500 gold. It's one high roller run. Please. Please. Chaos. That's yours? Oh, that's your Bardiche? Oh. Sorry if I'm making fun of it. Dude, I am just so frazzled by this rogue. You guys have no idea. I'm just waiting for that timer. I had no freaking idea that the rogue was that they just re-added the invisibility. That's such a big change too. I feel like it should have been more obvious in the patch notes. I guess everyone's smarter than me. Because when I read that, I was like, yeah, Iron Mace would never re-add rogue stealth while moving. That's dumb. Because I always thought that was a silly mechanic. I didn't know they re-added it. Oh my goodness, man. Tragic. So tragic. I was just so sure Iron Mace would not add it back, so I just assumed it was not in the game. I mean, legitimately, that is the first rogue I have seen in 15 hours of gameplay that is used hide ambush on me. The first one since I've started playing. Like, I haven't seen any in normals, and I've seen none in high roller either. That's the first guy that I've seen. Oh my goodness, man. I feel so cheated, because that was such an easy kill if I knew that was the case. I would have just hit Savage Roar and I would have just killed him. It would have been easy. Yeah, map rotation's still here. I got unlucky. I had to wait 6 full minutes just to play because I got a bad rotation, unfortunately. I'm not a big fan of playing crypts and ice caves solo. I think the maps are just too PvE heavy. It ends up being just kind of a, I don't know, you just end up grinding mobs for 10 minutes and then you just kind of leave. I think Goblin Caves is a lot more fun, personally. If I'm gonna do new Ice Cavern, there's no shot I'm gonna do it on Barb. I think you'd need a shield if you're solo. I could not imagine doing that in solos in high roller. That would just be insane. I'm actually pretty sad that Rogue has stealth again. I do not. I hate stealth, man. I really do not like the mechanic of Rogues having stealth. I wish Iron Mace would just stop the Rogue stealth and would just give them and would just like add like better things to their arsenal. Would just make them like a generally better class, you know? Of course he has creep too, so he's completely silent while he's invis as well. That's why I had no idea he was even moving towards me either. Ice Abyss is really not made for solos, man. Ice Abyss is absolutely made for duos and trios. Doing that as a solo is such garbage. Yeah, I think you're right, Dean. I'm pretty sure that's a sniping rogue. I think you're right, by the way. Yeah, absolutely. Unless it's just coincidental. Could be. Also, whoever said to use a felling against a rogue, you do not use felling against rogue. Rogues have too much speed. If you miss one shot on a rogue, you die. It's not worth it. Well, I know now. I know now that Rogue has invisibility again. I wish I knew that last game. But I guess it's a learning experience. Do not have a life. Gary's matchmaking is not in from what I've seen. I feel like Icevis would be far more fun if I had a team going in there. Read the new hide speed buff with rogues also? Wait, what do you mean? They got a speed buff as well? Every step is movement? Jesus Christ, I didn't know that. Bro, I thought Rogue was bad. How is Rogue bad? It sounds like Rogue is insane. How is Rogue bad? Are people just capping? Bro, I think y'all are just capping about Rogue. Rogue sounds like it's probably good. Just play like a little rat and just stab people with complete invisibility and being completely silent. How is that bad? Oh, I don't have an explosive bottle. Bro, how am I ever gonna kill this rat? Oh my god, I don't have an explosive bottle. He's unkillable. It's not possible. He can't be killed. I brought Franny's. I'm such a loser. You said it's bad? Dude, people are still crying that Rogue is bad. Are you serious? Have you not seen community comments? Bro, go to Reddit and just type in Rogue and bad. And I bet you'll see comments from today of people saying Rogue's bad. Bro, it's literally just propaganda. How is Rogue bad if they have full invis like this? I think it's definitely a big conspiracy. It has to be. Rogues just don't want to admit their class is broken. Or at least it's good. Maybe not broken, but they don't want to admit it's good. That's what it sounds like to me. I just don't understand how it could possibly be bad. Also, look how... I mean, they're still pretty fast. Oh, there goes this close. That's the Rogue, by the way. I want to kill him. No. I hit the wall? No, I hit the wall. I am so... Holy shit. Bro, how? How did he survive so much? How did he survive so much, man? I hit him 3 times? I hit him 3 times and my quarterstaff hit the wall. That's insane. God damn it. That's so sad. Oh, is he a sniper? Oh, here, I'll ban him if he is. Well, I mean, I guess I'll wait to see if he talks. I mean, whatever. I can't believe he survived that, man. He's so lucky. He survived 3 hits. How do you... I have no idea, man. I just can't believe he survived 3 hits. I just can't believe how lucky he got there. He had to have, like, 1 health. Alright, boys, it might be time for bed. I think the tilt is definitely... I think the tilt is definitely done. I think that's it. I can't believe that. Dying to Rogue because I didn't know Invis was a thing, and then dying because my quarterstaff bonked the wall is probably the is probably that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the night. GG, everybody. Have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow. So, I'll see you guys then. Have a good night.